What is poppin' Calisthenics fam? My name is Brendan Myers, and today we're gonna debunk yet another myth and controversial topic in the fitness industry. So just a few hours ago, my girlfriend and I were going to lunch. We walked by an LA Fitness where a personal trainer was outside handing these flyers saying, oh, if you want to build true muscle and size, come and join me in the gym. This is the way. And as we were walking by, he pretended to hand me a flyer. He said, no, I'm just kidding. I know you've been probably training in the gym and you know all the resistance and volume you need to be doing. I said, yes, I do understand that. But let me ask you a question. Do you think you can't build true muscle size off of just bodyweight training? He said, oh, absolutely not. You need squats, you need deadlifts, bench, increase the volume, the resistance. You need resistance. And I said, and I handed him my phone. I said, what about John here? And I kept on swiping. How about William or Amen? How about Seb? How about Cole? Or how about myself? I mean, in 6 weeks, when I came back, I gained 7 pounds off of my Body Evo training system. How about all these people? And he said, oh, there's no way. He didn't believe it. He was dumbfounded. And what I think it comes down to is that many individuals don't truly understand how to build muscle. And that's an issue for novices, especially because if you don't know and you're misled, you're misguided, then you might be missing out on something that's incredible for your body. And the one thing that people question me whenever I'm talking about this debate, they say, oh, well, bodybuilders aren't huge. What now? And I was like, well, they aren't huge off of what? He said, they're not huge off of only bodyweight training. I say, well, that's because they haven't tried it. Have you seen a specific bodybuilder like the Ronnie Coleman or someone of that stature and genetics do only bodyweight training? No, I haven't seen it. And until that day, I will say that bodyweight training is incredible. You can build muscles fast. Now, what it comes down to is resistance. So what is resistance training? Resistance training is defined by an exercise requiring muscle contraction against any type of force, and it's just that. So when you're talking about Ronnie Coleman, when you're talking about a bodybuilder, when you're talking about physique competitor or whatever, to build muscle, they need to be forcing those muscle contractions to be high, very, very high intensity and going against a resistance. So how do you increase muscle outside of only, an external resistance? So you could talk about time under tension, you got speed, and then you also have the weight of the resistance, which will be increased by the intensity. And when you talk about intensity, you're saying decreasing leverage, you're talking about increasing speed, you have controlled movements, which is the time under tension, and then you also have the lengthening of the movement. And those are all different ways you can increase the intensity to make it harder and increase the resistance for your bodyweight training. And if someone tells you like, hey, the only way to build muscle bodyweight training is if like you're taking something, or if you are adding weight to your pull-ups, then that's not bodyweight training in a sense, if you understand what I'm saying. That's weight training. And when it comes down to bodyweight training, yes, if you increase variation, you will build muscle size fast. I've proven it with thousands of people that have followed my teachings, that have followed the Body Evo training system, that have followed everything that I've said about bodyweight training. Not even myself. I've seen other people around me, only bodyweight training, building incredible size. So like when you're talking about going to the park, when you're talking about in-home training, how do you truly build this size? It's more than just saying, oh, well, increase variation, increase resistance, doesn't matter if you add weight or whatever, you can build size. It's more than that. You have to be focusing on what type of repetitions you're doing, the sets, the complete volume, and the frequency. So let's just dive into it really quick. Outside of the gym, what should you be doing with your bodyweight training? Well, you should not be doing high reps to build muscle, first of all. And that's what a lot of gym goers might think, like, oh, I can only do push-ups, dips, and pull-ups. Those are just, they're too easy for me. Well, come follow me really quick and let's see how easy you can do this push-up or this variation of a pull-up or this variation of a dip. No, you will not be able to do a bunch of repetitions. And also, are you increasing your speed? Are you increasing your leverage? What are you doing specifically that will make it even harder? So let's talk about these repetitions. You should be doing 6 to 13 repetitions when you're outside at the park, and then your rest periods should be anywhere from 45 seconds to a minute 1.5. Now, your sets, this is very, very important, should be 3 to 5 sets. You can even increase it to 6 if it's progressive and you're getting stronger and you understand how to structure programs. This all comes down to progressive overload. Like everyone says, progressive overload is only in the gym. No, it's not. You're overloading your body with different types of training mechanisms. Biomechanics is extremely important, and just understanding the kinesiology of your body so you can increase or decrease leverages, increases speeds and time under tension, all these different things in your training system. Now, volume, like I said, is so important. The reps times sets, so how much of it are you doing? That's why I said the sets need to be a little bit higher for bodyweight training, because the resistance is a bit different in regards to, you're not adding an external force. You don't know, well, this is 195 pounds on the bench press. No, you're doing a push-up. You can't say, oh, this is a specific exact amount of force being provided. You don't have like any devices to prove that at that moment in time at the park. So you need to be focused on all those different things. Now, outside of the training mechanisms that I just discussed, it's also diet related. Diet has a huge factor. If you think you can't build size off of just your diet alone, then you need to really understand dieting and nutrition, because that's where it all is. That's where it lies. You know, if you're training correctly, or even if you're training a little bit, you can still build size, you can still lean down. It's just all comes down to your nutrition. So are you eating well? That's most important. Are you eating well to maintain your weight or gain weight? And that's where you need to be focused on, because hypertrophy, right? So if you're eating 500 calories more per day, you're gonna gain a pound per week. Now you can also increase that if your metabolism is a bit faster, or if you're burning more calories throughout the day. It's easy. So if you're 2,200 calories for maintenance calories, you need to be eating 2,700 calories. But you also need to make sure you're eating your healthy fats. Those are extremely important. So like avocados, walnuts, I eat those two things all the time. And then also your carbohydrates, I eat sweet potatoes like it's nothing, russet potatoes, and also your fibrous carbs, making sure you're eating a lot of leafy greens and all those vegetables, and then fruits and things like that. So pineapples, apples, blueberries, blackberries, strawberries, all of those. So make sure you're eating healthy at the same time. You'll build lean muscle and keep off that fat immediately as you do. So if you take all these things into account and you you think about, oh, well, can you truly build a muscle off of bodyweight training? Well, yeah, you can. You'll know immediately, okay, let me put it into play. Let me try and prove Brendan wrong. And then you'll see, oh, I am building size, just like all the people that I showed at the beginning of this video. Those are true transformations. All thousands of people that have followed my teachings and my programs and things, it's all true because I understand how to really build muscle. I'll never tell someone that is only bench pressing that you can't build muscle. Makes no sense. I'll never tell someone that is doing bodyweight training that you can't build muscle. Makes no sense. Resistance is resistance at the end of the day. So this is another debunked myth. Hopefully you enjoyed. Comment down below if you did enjoy this video, and just let me know if you think otherwise. If you can prove me wrong, I will hear you out and I will change my answer, because you know what's most important? When a critic comes in with information that I don't know and knowledge that I don't know, because this is where we become wise. This is where we grow as individuals. This is where we really progress throughout our lives and strengthen everything that we're trying to strengthen in our lives towards being just better versions of ourselves. But until that day, I'm gonna keep on going strong, because I understand my philosophy. I understand my degree that I went to Florida Atlantic University for. I understand the experiences I've had and the transformations that I've seen, and it's been proven again and again and again and again and again that you can build incredible size and fast muscle on your body with only bodyweight training. So hopefully you enjoyed. Again, give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. It's dark. It is dark right now. I said a few hours ago for lunch. That was probably like 8 hours ago. Peace.